Hi everybody, this is AJ with Car Inspected. Today we are in Toronto and we are looking at this 2007 BMW X5 3-liter SI. The hood is open because the latch sticks and it is kind of a pain to get open, so this latch needs some adjustment, attention, lubrication, something like that. It has about 303,000 kilometers on it. You can see that. Look at this. 308, sorry. There is no rust present that I see, per se. Oh, I did a VIN verification. While we're here, we'll look at the VIN number. The VIN is that. And the VIN is that, so it matches. It's all good. There's a bit of damage on the front bumper here, the driver's side, sorry. Lights are a little fogged out. No major damage on the passenger side. Looks pretty decent. The paint has seen better days. Little random scratches here and there, but for the most part it's a fairly straight truck. A couple of dents on the hood. They are right around this area. Be hard to see in the video. The rear roof is in decent shape. There's no major damage in the rear. Taillights are all good. I did do a verification that all the glass is original, so that's good. There has been a repair in this door here, little body work or something in the front, and a fade to the back, and then probably a blend into the quarter panel. I don't see any major damage to the door. Doesn't appear that it's been off or anything like that, and I don't see any damage going into the door sill or anything. Like I said, I did verify that all the windows are original BMW. See right there. There's no cracks or anything like that in the windshield. And they are all original. Look at the wheels and tires. We do have some mismatched, a little older tires. The fronts are probably the best. They are made in 2014, and they do have about 830 seconds of tread left. Pretty decent, no major issues. Rims are okay, a little bit of curb rash, missing center cap. Brakes look decent. Rotors have some rust from sitting, but they are pretty decent. They don't have a big lip or anything, as you can see. Pads look pretty decent. I'd say there's about 50%, 60% left on them, so no major issues. As I said, you can see underneath is pretty rust-free. All the plastic and things like that cover it all up. I don't see any major damage to suspension components. Boots look pretty decent, etc. Doesn't look too wet under here, nothing major to show. And same thing on this side, I see no damage to suspension components. Anything like that. The tire here, again, matches the other side, 2015, and it is about 830 seconds of tread left. Pretty decent shape. Now Hercules, it does have some sidewall damage. Nothing major, but it probably hit a curb, something like that. Has some chunks out of it, as you can see. This is missing the center cap as well. A little bit of curb rash, as you can see, but nothing too major. Brakes match the other side. Rotors look good with no lip. And the pads are also pretty decent, 60% or so. A little underside shot here again. little damage to this jack point, crack there in the plastic, but again, no signs of major rust or anything like that. Exhaust seems to be all in good condition. The rear tires, they are not quite as in good a condition. This one is from 2006, and it is a little older. Some dry rot, some cracks showing, about 4/32 of tread, a little worn on the edges. The back tires aren't doing that great. I would suggest them be replaced soon. And there is some dirt and damage on these rims, curb damage, things like that. Rear pads and rotors. See, there's a little bit of scoring on this rotor. Not too bad. You can't really feel it too much, but it is there a little bit. These rear pads are down a little lower. You can't see here, but I'd say about 30% or so left on them. Underneath looks good. Some surface rust, but nothing too major. Looks like somebody replaced this muffler fairly recently. It's in good shape. We'll head around to the driver's side rear wheel. And this one is a little older even. This one is from 2003. And you can see the cracking and dry rot on it. This one also has about 3 to 4/32, so it's getting pretty low. Again, center cap's missing. They do have wheel locks. Brakes are similar condition to the other side. No major damage under here either. All looks pretty good. Look at the interior. The rear hatch. We are in the bushes here, sorry about that. The rear hatch does not want to open right now. I must have locked it. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. It does have the one key with it. Get this tree out of the way again. And it does open. The strut rods do not hold it up though, so they will need to be replaced, as you can see. A little bit of goo holding that in. The tailgate itself is in pretty decent shape. No major scrapes or scuffs or issues there. It does have the original privacy curtain with it. Try to do the best I can. Original floor mat in the back here. Carpet looks decent, no major issues. The third row seating is under there. You'll see in the photos that I did unfold them, they all look pretty good. Probably almost never used. This little compartment here is in decent shape. It looks like somebody had an aftermarket stereo or something in here. So there are a bunch of loose wires. But the emergency roadside stuff is there. I don't see a jack or anything, but those tools are there, along with the wheel lock. Carpet has a couple marks on it here and there. Along with the headliner, has a couple of marks. Not too much back here. I'll show you up front later. And a couple of small marks on the carpet there. This panel here is also kind of flopping around here. See, this opens like this. Oh, there we go. So it does that. So it is all operational. Sorry, this is a little awkward with this not staying open by itself. There we go. Go to the rear. Whew. Okay, so this door panel does look pretty nice. Oh, there is a couple of damaged spots here by the storage area. Other than that, wood grain looks decent, no major issues. Seats look decent. Again, not a lot of wear and tear, anything like that. Cup holder works. And these seats all do fold down as they should. I did check them. Carpet's in decent shape. It does have all-weather floor mats installed with no major rips or tears or anything like that in the carpet. A couple of stains, things like that need to be cleaned, but for the most part, it's decent. Seat backs are in good condition. Let me see. There are these couple stains here on the headliner. That's right above the passenger seat. Passenger side front here. We find this door panel is in pretty good condition with no major issues. Little wear and tear here. Also a little wear and tear on the inside of the handle right here. There is also a faint crack that you can see in the wood grain if you really look at it. But again, no rust issues, anything like that. Front seat looks pretty good. No major signs of wear and tear. And it does all seem to work. All the electronics I tested did seem to work as well. Sunroof, things like that. Carpet's in decent shape. All looks pretty good. Dash is nice, no major issues. I'm going to go over to the driver's side. Start in the rear. And this door panel, for the most part, decent, but it does have a couple of marks again, right in there. Seat is in good condition. No major rips or tears or anything like that. A little wear showing in places, but nothing too major. Carpet's in good condition. Go to the front driver's side. This door panel, little white marks here and there. For the most part, nothing too major. So there's a little wear and tear by the switches. Very typical of these BMWs. Some of this peeling off. Seat looks good though. No signs of wear and tear, no major issues. It also seems to work. Carpet, you can see that floor mat is wearing a little, but the carpet underneath it looks pretty good. A little dirty, but it is all there and looks good. Dash looks good. Instrument cluster all looks, this is the instrument cluster, sorry. Looks all pretty good, as well as the radio and controls and all that stuff. Cup holders here, the doors are good. Shifter, there's a little bit of bubbling happening there. Paint peeling around the edges that you can see. Sun visors are all there, seem to work. Here's the more stain that I told you about in the headliner. We will start it up for a second. We do see that there is an engine light on. Service is needed, low key battery. It does have a couple of codes present as well, 9 to be exact. So there are a couple of things that need to be fixed, which we will see in the report. Other things seem to work just fine. That's one thing you hear. The cooling fan is on. The vehicle is not that warm, so the cooling fan is one of the codes that are present. It does seem to run smooth though. As I said, all these functions seem to work. It's a little sticky. But it does all work. Radio works.
Too long. You scheduled it for way too long.
The air conditioning is on right now. It does seem to be blowing cold. On the test drive, I will make sure. Look under the hood. We do see that the engine is in decent condition, no major issues that I see. There is a bit of an oil leak on this side, around the alternator and lower. So it does have a bit of an oil leak. I don't see any wetness on the ground or anything like that, so it's not a consistent one. Maybe it was fixed at some point, but it is a bit of a mess there. Belt looks decent from what I can see. I tested your oil and it does look okay. Comes back with a green light, no major issues. Tested your coolant, which is in here, and it looks good. It's nice and clean, and it comes to about -29. Your battery, your jumper lugs are here, and your ground is here, and that was sitting at 12 and charging at a little over 15, so it was charging a little high, but it seemed okay. And as I said, this latch right here is sticking, so you need a screwdriver to kind of help the hood open. So we're going to take it on a test drive. Close this hood and see how it runs and drives. As usual, thanks for watching. This is AJ with Car Inspected, and we'll see you next time.